Benny Blanco just shared a video of Selena Gomez reacting to their Christmas decorations, and the internet cannot stop arguing about whether he posts her too much on social media or if people are just being bitter about their happiness. The controversy has blown up with thousands of people taking sides, and we need to unpack everything that went down because this is getting out of control. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we bring you celebrity news like this every single day, and you definitely don't want to miss what happens next. Benny posted a video yesterday on his social media showing Selena walking through their home to see the Christmas tree he had decorated for her. He was filming her reaction as she approached the tree, and you could hear the excitement building in his voice as he told her to keep walking. When she finally saw it, her reaction was immediate. She started noticing all the different ornaments he had chosen and placed on the tree specifically for her. The tree was covered in the most random but thoughtful ornaments you could imagine. There were little pickle ornaments hanging from the branches. A miniature bagel with cheese was there. A tiny seafood tower ornament made an appearance. Little shrimp decorations were scattered throughout the tree. Each ornament seemed to represent something Selena enjoys or some inside joke between them. The level of detail and personalization was pretty impressive. But that wasn't the only tree he had decorated. Benny had set up multiple Christmas trees throughout their entire house. He walked Selena into what she called the glam room and showed her another tree that was completely decorated with beauty and fashion-themed ornaments. There was a little purse ornament hanging there. A miniature hair dryer was on the tree. Tiny false eyelashes were placed as decorations. The whole tree was themed around makeup and beauty, which clearly relates to Selena's interests and her beauty brand. Another tree had an elaborate ice skating rink scene built into it. There were actual little figurines positioned like they were skating. Selena kept discovering new details as she looked closer at each tree. She spotted a giraffe ornament at one point. There were mannequins inside one of the display setups, which caught her by surprise. She kept saying, "Oh my God," repeatedly as she walked around, noticing all the different elements he had incorporated into the decorations. Her genuine excitement was captured throughout the entire video. You could hear the joy in her voice and see how happy she was about the effort Benny had put into making their home festive and personal. She was clearly touched by how much thought went into choosing each ornament and creating these different themed trees. The video showed what appeared to be a really sweet moment between two people who care about each other. Benny posted this video and it immediately started getting massive amounts of views and engagement. Within hours, millions of people had watched it. The comments started flooding in from all different perspectives. A large portion of viewers thought the video was adorable and loved seeing Selena so happy. They appreciated that Benny clearly knows what she likes and put effort into making her smile. These comments were all about celebrating their relationship and how cute they are together. Then another group of commenters started showing up with completely different energy. They began criticizing Benny for posting so much content that features Selena. The accusation was that he's using her fame to get views and boost his own social media presence. Some people claimed that without Selena in his videos, he wouldn't get nearly as much attention or engagement. Others said he's exploiting their relationship for content, and it's becoming too much. The criticism escalated quickly. People started pulling up his posting history and comparing the view counts on videos with Selena versus videos without her. They pointed out that the difference in engagement is huge. Videos featuring Selena were getting millions of views, while his solo content was getting significantly less. The argument being made was that he's become dependent on including her in his posts, because that's what brings in the audience. Some commenters accused him of being opportunistic and riding on her coattails. They said he wouldn't have the platform he is now if it wasn't for dating someone as famous as Selena. The tone of these comments ranged from mildly critical to outright hostile. People were questioning his motives and suggesting that the relationship itself might be strategic for his career. The whole comment section became a battleground between people defending them and people attacking him. Before we get into more of the backlash, let's talk about what Benny's content actually looked like before this relationship became public. His social media was primarily focused on cooking content. He was working on releasing a cookbook, so his entire feed was filled with videos of him experimenting in the kitchen. He would try wild recipe combinations and film himself tasting them and reacting. The content was entertaining and had its own audience. He did a whole series where he cooked eggs in 6 completely different and bizarre ways. The first one was an egg cooked with watermelon. His reaction to tasting it was disgust because apparently it tasted awful. The second attempt was an egg with chili crisp and peanuts mixed in. He gave that one a 9 out of 10 rating and said he would make it again because it was actually delicious. Then he tried making an egg with peanut butter and jelly. It looked absolutely crazy, but when he tasted it, he was shocked because it somehow tasted exactly like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He said if he was under the influence, he could eat 50 of them. The next experiment was a sour candy egg which he rated 0 out of 10. The consistency was apparently terrible and he could barely finish it. He also made a chocolate egg which he immediately compared to tasting like poop. The final experiment was a hot pepper egg. He gave that one a 7 out of 10 rating. Overall, his favorite from the entire experiment was the peanut butter and jelly egg, which he gave a perfect 10 out of 10. He even said he might actually start eating that regularly. These cooking videos were his brand, and they were getting decent engagement. Throughout all of those cooking videos, which numbered over 100 total, Selena barely appeared. She might have been in 1 or 2 at most. The vast majority of his content was just him solo in the kitchen trying recipes and being goofy. He had built an audience around this type of content, and it was working for him. The views weren't astronomical, but they were solid for cooking content. He had found his niche. Once the relationship with Selena became more public, his content naturally started shifting. There were fewer pure cooking videos and more lifestyle content that included glimpses of their relationship. The first video he posted showing them working on decorating the Christmas tree together got huge numbers. People loved seeing them as a couple doing normal couple activities. So when he posted the follow-up video showing the finished trees and her full reaction, everyone had been waiting for it. This is where the debate really picks up steam. The people criticizing him say the numbers don't lie. His videos with Selena get triple or more the views that his solo content gets. They argue this proves he's using her for engagement and clout. They say if he really had confidence in his own content, he wouldn't need to feature her so prominently. The implication is that he's taking advantage of her fame for his own benefit. The other side argues there's nothing wrong with a couple sharing their life together on social media. They point out that they're in a relationship and live together, so it would be weird if she never appeared in his content. Most people who are in relationships and active on social media post about their partners sometimes. It's completely normal behavior and doesn't automatically mean someone is being exploitative. Supporters also point out that Selena is clearly comfortable being in these videos. She's not being forced to participate. She appears happy and willing to share these moments. She has her own massive platform and could easily say no if she didn't want to be featured. She's a grown woman who can make her own decisions about what she shares publicly. The idea that she's some helpless victim being used doesn't make sense when you consider her level of fame and autonomy. There's also the argument that partners should support each other. If including your significant other in your content helps both of you succeed, then why is that a bad thing? Couples collaborate in business all the time. They help each other's careers. They use their combined networks to create opportunities. Social media content isn't fundamentally different from any other type of collaboration between partners. The people who are most vocal about criticizing this situation seem to have their own issues. Some appear to be jealous that they're not in happy relationships themselves. Some are overly protective fans of Selena who don't think anyone is good enough for her. Some have a general belief that anytime someone benefits from their partner's fame, it's automatically wrong regardless of context. And some genuinely believe Benny has bad intentions despite having no real evidence. What's getting completely lost in all this criticism is that Selena looks happy. She's been through very public relationship drama before. She's dealt with serious health issues. She's been open about struggling with mental health. She's navigated fame since she was very young. And now she appears to be in a relationship where she's genuinely content. But even that isn't enough for some people who still can't just let her be happy. The Christmas tree video showed someone being delighted by a thoughtful gesture. The ornaments were personal and meaningful. The effort involved in decorating multiple trees with items specific to her interests showed he pays attention to what makes her smile. This wasn't some generic romantic gesture thrown together last minute. It was carefully planned and executed. That's actually really sweet, but instead of acknowledging that people turned it into evidence of exploitation. Every couple has their own dynamic and what works for them. Some people keep their relationships completely private and off social media. Others are comfortable sharing parts of their life together publicly. Neither approach is wrong. It depends entirely on what feels right for the people actually in the relationship. For Benny and Selena, sharing some of their moments together seems to be something they both want to do. Social media has fundamentally changed how relationships exist, especially for people who create content for a living. If you're a content creator and you're dating someone famous, those two parts of your life will naturally overlap sometimes. It's unavoidable in the modern world. The question isn't whether it happens, but whether both people are genuinely okay with how they're being shown online. Benny hasn't completely transformed his platform into nothing but Selena content. He still posts other types of videos. The cooking content still happens, just less frequently. He shares things about his work and his life that don't involve her at all. The relationship content is one part of his overall presence, but it's not consuming everything he posts. So saying he's completely dependent on her for views isn't entirely accurate when you look at his full posting history. What this whole situation really shows is how impossible it is to please everyone when you're in the public eye. If Benny never posted about Selena, people would criticize him for hiding the relationship or being ashamed of her. Since he does post about her, he gets accused of using her for fame. There's literally no way to win when people are determined to find fault with whatever you do. The Christmas video was supposed to be a happy holiday moment shared with followers. Instead, it became this huge controversy about relationship dynamics and social media ethics, and whether someone is taking advantage of their partner. Sometimes a video of Christmas trees is just a video of Christmas trees. It doesn't need to be dissected and analyzed and turned into proof of some sinister motive. These are two adults making their own choices about what to share publicly. If Selena had a problem with appearing in his videos, she would tell him. She's not shy about setting boundaries. She has her own voice and platform. She's not some naive person being manipulated. She's successful and famous in her own right and perfectly capable of speaking up if something bothered her. The critics aren't in the relationship. They don't know what conversations happen privately. They don't know what boundaries exist or what agreements have been made. They're making harsh judgments based on short videos without any real insight into how things actually work between these two people. That's not a fair or reasonable way to assess someone's motives. This type of constant criticism can actually damage relationships that would otherwise be fine. When thousands of people keep suggesting that someone is only with you for your fame, it can create doubt and insecurity even when it's not true. Internet speculation and negativity can have real consequences for real people trying to live their lives. The backlash against this Christmas video reveals more about the people complaining than it does about Benny and Selena. It shows jealousy and bitterness and an inability to just let people enjoy their happiness. Not everything needs to be turned into drama or controversy. Sometimes people do nice things for their partners and want to share that with others, and that should be okay. If you love keeping up with celebrity relationship drama and want to know everything happening in the entertainment world, then you need to subscribe to this channel immediately. We're covering all the biggest stories and breaking down all the drama, so you're always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our community because we have tons more content coming and you won't want to miss any of it.